do you need to start back?
Okay, yeah, cool.
You're good. You know, just press it.
All right. I'll be discussing internetworking. All right. Networks differ when packets sent by a source on one network must transit one or more foreign networks before reaching the destination network. Any problems can occur at the interfaces between networks. So what do? Source packet is on Ethernet network and destination is on a WiMAX network. This may require that a new connection be set up on short notice. This could cause delay, additional extra overhead if the connection is not used for any additional packets. So what to do if the source packet is on Ethernet network and destination is on a WiMAX network?
Wait, what, you gave him questions?
Yeah.
Okay, so who knows the answer to his question? Maybe you should.
Okay. What to do if the source packet is on an Ethernet network and destination is on a WiMAX network?
No one knows. I guess you gotta tell him the answer.
I mean, I just that was supposed to be like an easy one, but oh well. So anyways, networks differ in many ways. Here are some general ways that networks can differ. For example, networks can be connectionless or connection-oriented. Networks can be have different packet sizes. So two different networks can have different maximum packet sizes. Networks have different privacy rules and encryption. And let's see, this isn't a question you can answer right now, but this will come out later. How would you send an 800-byte packet through a network whose maximum size is 1,500 bytes? I'll say the answer in a later slide. So think about it. Networks can largely differ and be more difficult to reconcile for various reasons. Quality of service is a good example. If one network has a strong quality of service, but the other offers best effort service, it will be impossible to make bandwidth and delay guarantees for real-time traffic end-to-end. They can likely only be made while the best effort network is operated at low utilization or hardly used, which is unlikely to be the goal of most ISPs. Differences in the accounting can lead to unwelcome bills. When normal usage suddenly becomes expensive, so does roaming data on cell phones. Right. There's two basic choices for connecting networks. You can either build devices that translate or convert packets from each kind of network. We can add a layer of indirection in building a common layer on top of different networks. In either case, the devices are placed at the boundaries between networks. Big Surf and Bob Kahn, they argued for a common layer to hide the differences of existing networks. This approach was very successful, and the layer they proposed was eventually separated into TCP and IP protocols. And 4 decades later, IP is the foundation of the internet. IP provides a universal packet format that all routers recognize and that can be passed through almost every network. IP has extended its reach and is also now found in the telephone network, sensor network, and tiny devices that were once presumed to be too resource constrained to support it. Devices that connect networks, repeaters, hubs, switches, bridges, routers, and gateways. Repeaters and hubs, they move bits from one wire to another. They're mostly analog devices that don't understand anything about high layer protocols. Bridges and switches operate at the link layer. They can be used to build networks, but only with minor protocol translation in the process. Examples, 10, 20, 100 megabits per second Ethernet switches. All right. Just be focusing on figure A here. The image on top is an internet compromise of 802.11, MPLS, and Ethernet networks. Suppose that the source machine on the 802.11 network wants to send a packet to the destination machine on the Ethernet network. Since these technologies are different and they are further separated by another kind of network, MLPS. So some added processing is needed at the boundaries between the networks. Because these networks have different forms of addressing, the packet carries a network layer address that can identify any host across 3 networks. The first boundary that the packet reaches is when it transitions from 802.11 network to the MPLS network. 802.11 provides a connectionless service, but MPLS provides a connection-oriented service. This means that a virtual circuit must be set up to cross the network. Once the packet has traveled along the virtual circuit, it will reach the Ethernet network. At this boundary, the packet may be too large to be carried, since 802.11 can work with larger frames than Ethernet. To handle this problem, the packet is divided into fragments, Each fragment is sent separately. So let me go back to an earlier question here. So with how would you send an 800 byte packet through a network whose maximum size is 1500 bytes? Go for it.
Oh, you break it up into fragments.
That was a correct answer. All right.
Nice.
Anybody wants to take his place and maybe a shot of Red Bull or another slice of pizza or fortune cookie?
Nice.
All right, I'm just gonna sum up what I've
Can
said
you
here.
give some pizza to the TAs?
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Do you want some pizza? TAs?
Just
Okay, someone
Bring it to
Trigger,
them.
can you bring them some?
thank you.
Just kind of sum up what I've said. Internet networking has been very successful at building large networks, but it only works if there is a common network layer. Just some examples besides IP that were in existence: IPX, SNA, and AppleTop. And has anyone ever heard of these? No. You can get a shot of Red Bull. That was a question. None of these protocols are still in wide use
I
today.
thought it was a rhetorical
I did
question.
as well.
Okay.